I support feminism, but I'm not a feminist. And the reason is being a man born of male privilege when the circumstances present themselves, and despite that I'm a man of color, I will never experience what women go through on the daily. I can only understand it listening and learning through women's experiences and through the history of women's struggles. So on that level, that's where I am a supporter. I've also been suspicious about people who jump headlong into other people's struggles and adopt it as their own. I find that a little problematic when men do it in feminist spaces. And so, for me anyway, speaking for only myself, I could never really go there. Because you can only be an ally to a group or a struggle, but unless you have truly lived the way that they live on a day-to-day basis, you can't really claim their identity. I mean, could a white man become a black nationalist and assume leadership to further the cause? I think we would all agree that this is absurd. And yet, we have seen over the years how easy it is for men to claim themselves to be feminist, and in some instances assume leadership and have careers based on that adoption of the feminist identity. Now, a perfect example to me is Professor Hugo Schweitzer. This guy's a professor where a feminist could have been a professor, and he went on to create a little brand for himself as such that has made him money, whereas it is a struggle for a woman feminist to do the same, or there are at least very few of them who have done the same, or who are able to achieve that. Plus, we learned that he had a really shady past with women in his relationships. Based on experiences from other women, they too have suffered pretty badly at the hands of so-called male feminists. I'll put it to you this way. If I see a person who has abused drugs all their life, and then they come to stop taking them, they go cold turkey, then in a week or a year they say that they're clean and sober, but they never really learned as to why they use drugs in the first place or what triggers them to use them. So if you could imagine a man who's been raised in male privilege and socialized to see women in a few social roles, either as broodmare, girlfriend, wife, or porn queen, some male feminists have the tendency to treat the women of their political and personal lives in accordance to how they've been socialized to see women. It has a tendency to resurface. So it's not surprising that they might do things like objectify women in their personal lives, but then they want to keep up this political facade. They might wind up giving shit work to their female comrades while they get to do all the nice, juicy, more prolific roles in political organizing. So, for me, I always give the side eye to somebody who suddenly thinks that they could just claim themselves to be a feminist. And going back to Schweitzer, his privilege has a lot to do with his careerism in that field. Of course, I'm open to debate on this issue, and I don't take this position to shame or attack other men who claim themselves as feminists, and I'm only speaking for myself. Again, I just feel like I want to explain my position on this. So again, I support feminism, but I don't consider myself a feminist, and that's the reason why. So why do I support feminism? I want to dismantle capitalism, and I want to dismantle racism, and I want to dismantle classism. As a human being who has a simple desire to uproot and destroy all systems that oppress others as they oppress me and mine. So, from my perspective, I see no point of systems like that, as they hinder the evolution of human society. So, those systems gotta go. That's why I support feminism. It is a liberation movement that I believe has the potential to help overthrow the aforementioned oppressive systems, along with other liberation movements. Do I see feminism as a white thing? If we saw everything as a white thing or a black thing, we'd be in a sorry fucking state. It's like saying if we never embraced open source technology, we'd just be stuck with Mac OS and Windows. We should then be happy about that. Fuck that.
I was wondering if you fancied, celebrating by letting me show you a really good time. Only obviously for lots of money.
All right.
What?
All right, how much have you got?
Oh, no, I mean, you pay me.
You must be joking.